Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to create a local environment where we are going to install Helm and we are going to deploy our first Helm chart. So let's understand what we are going to achieve as part of this particular video. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a local environment where we are going to use Docker desktop and we are going to enable Kubernetes cluster on Docker desktop, and then we are going to deploy a sample or simple Kubernetes pod to test if our Kubernetes cluster is working fine or not. After that, we are going to install Helm on Kubernetes, on our local system basically. So end of the day we will have a running or working environment where we can do or where we can install Helm charts. So let me do one thing. So let me go to my Docker desktop. So actually I've already installed a Docker desktop and enable Kubernetes clusters. So if you are a new user and if you don't have Docker desktop installed on your system, then what you have to do first you have to go to Docker Hub and sign up for your account. You can use your email account as well to sign up or sign up on Docker Hub. Then you can simply download a Docker desktop. For that, simply go to here, Docker desktop downloads, and here you will see a link called install Docker desktop on Windows. So based on your operating systems you can download the files here and you can follow the instructions here. So once you installed a Docker desktop, next thing you have to do, you have to go to Docker Hub Docker Hub, and you have to sign up here from your Gmail account. So it will be helpful when you want to push your images on Docker Hub, so you can do that. You have work account, a personal account, so go with personal account here and create an account here. Next thing what you have to do, you have to enable a Kubernetes cluster. So for that, once you install a Docker desktop on your Windows system, and okay, so it's loading, so you will see this particular dashboard here, Docker desktop. So to enable Kubernetes, what you can do, you have to simply go to this setting icons, and here you will come to a Kubernetes. So here you will simply enable this option. Then you will have two options, like either you can create a single node cluster using kubeadm, or if you want multi-node Kubernetes cluster you can use kind. Again, your system should support, like you have enough resources on your local system to work on Docker desktop, because it consumes a lot of memory and CPU as well, so that you have to keep in mind as well. So I already have a Kubernetes enabled on my Docker desktop. So to verify it, what I can do, I can simply go to my Visual Studio Code, and here I will search kubectl. Let me run a command called kubectl get nodes. So I'm getting a response like I have one node Docker desktop which status is ready and role is control plane. So I have already a worker node is running on my local system. It means Kubernetes cluster is working fine. Now to verify it, like what we can do, we can simply create a nginx pod file and we can deploy it. So let me create a simple pod.ml file. So at least we will get to know, okay, the Kubernetes cluster is working fine, because I think we don't have any pods on it. So no resources found in default namespace. So let's quickly create a pod file. API version, sorry. So let's choose B1, and here let me choose kind, which is pod, and metadata, let me put any name here. Let's give nginx-app, and we will choose specifications. So container name, again I will use same nginx-app, and here we have to use image. So I will use image as a nginx only, sorry, ng. Okay, now let me save it and let me deploy this manifest file. So for that I will use command called kubectl apply -f and file name. So we can see a message called nginx-app created. Let me clear the screen. Now let me run the command again, kubectl get pods. So we have nginx app is running on our local system. So it means Kubernetes cluster is working fine. Now let me go back to my PPT. So here we have deployed a simple nginx application and it's working fine. We can see the status of pod is running. Now the important point is Helm. So to install a Helm, first you need to identify on which platform you are. So let me go to this particular slide. So if you are on Linux system, you can use this particular command to install Helm on your local system. If you are on Windows, you can use a Chocolatey. It is very straightforward. First you have to install Chocolatey on your local system. Then you can simply use a command choco install Kubernetes-Helm and it will install Helm in your local system. If you are on Mac operating system, you have to use a brew command to install Helm. So as we are on Windows system, now let me run choco install Kubernetes-Helm. And actually before that, let's verify do we have already Helm installed. So for that, let me search Helm version. So we are not getting any response, like the term Helm is not recognized as the name of the commandlet. It means Helm is not installed on my local system. So now I will use choco command here. So let me clear the screen again. Choco install Kubernetes-Helm. So it will take a couple of seconds. So you can see it's start downloading the package from Chocolatey. Now let me confirm it, yes. So it will download the package and it will extract it. And one more thing you have to keep in mind, either you are using Visual Studio Code or PowerShell or maybe command prompt to install Helm on your local system. You have to open any of one, like if you are using PowerShell, you have to open as an administrator, same for command prompt and same for Visual Studio, otherwise it will not work. Like you will see access denied error because it will install a files on these locations. So now if you have to verify where exactly this Chocolatey installed the Helm in your local system, so for that what you can do, let's verify first Helm version. So this is the version 3.18.5. This is the version of Helm is installed in our local system. Now we need to verify where it installed. So now we will use command called Helm env environment. So it will basically list all the environment variables which is used by Helm. So you can see the Helm bin. So this is the path where you can find helm.exe file, and these are the cache directory, config directory, data directory. So everything you can see from the single command. Instead of going on a directory and looking for particular folder or files, you can simply use Helm environment command and it will list all the environment variables which is used by Helm. Okay, so we have completed this part. Now let me go to this slide. So this is the first thing, you should have a Kubernetes cluster and kubectl installed on your local system. So we have that one. We have installed Helm. Now the next thing, we have to add a repositories, because repository is the place where all the charts are available, Helm charts are available. So here we are going to use Bitnami as a Helm repo because that is the most popular repositories. So we are going to add Helm repo on our local system. So actually I have already added in my local systems, but let me run this command again. Let me clear the screen. So this is the command Helm repo add, and this is the name of repo which is Bitnami, and this is the URL. So you can see I'm getting a message Bitnami already exists with the same configuration. It means I already have Bitnami in my local system. But if you are first time if you are installing Helm in your local system, then you have to add a repositories, because when you look for any charts, basically it will go on this repository, on a local repository, and it will find the charts. Now next thing, once you add a repo on your local system, then you have to update this repositories. Maybe you have added this repo 1 week early, then maybe within a week somebody has published a new packages or something, so you will always update your repo before applying anything. So for this you can use simple command helm repo update. So it will basically download all the latest packages, right? Okay, so now it's completed. Now let me go back to my presentation here, and now we have added a repo. Now we will look for charts, so we will search for nginx chart here. So what I will do, I will use command called helm search repo, and we will use nginx. So it is looking for the with the name of nginx how many charts are available in your repositories which you have added. So you can see with the name of nginx there are three charts available. The very first one is bitnami/nginx. This is a web server. Another one is nginx hyphen ingress controller, and another one we can see here is nginx hyphen intel, which is depreciated, but we are more interested about this particular part here because we are going to install nginx web server using helm. Okay, so now we have added, we have searched for the chart, we have copied the name. Now we have to install a chart. So for that we have to run a command called helm install, and you have to give a name. So this name will be a release name. Whatever the chart you are going to deploy on Kubernetes cluster, for that particular chart what name you want to give, you can give any name. So those names generally called as a releases. So let me give a name release hyphen nginx app, and here I will copy the name of Helm charts, which is bitnami/nginx. Now let me run it. So we have already deployed a nginx with this simple nginx pod with this simple manifest file. But actually when you use Helm charts, like it will install a lot of things for you. Maybe it will deploy deployment services, secrets, certificates, and a lot of things basically deployed. So let me clear the screen. Let me verify the pod first. kubectl get pods. So you can see this is the pod name, release hyphen nginx hyphen app, and this is the random numbers for unique identifications, and the pod is initializing it. So let's wait couple of seconds. So now we can see uh, this particular nginx pod is up and running, which we have deployed using a Helm chart. Now you need to check how many releases we have already created for nginx. So you can simply run helm list command. So it will list all the releases which you have run. Releases are the name of your chart or running instance or running charts on your Kubernetes cluster is called a release basically. So we have single release, so the name is release hyphen nginx hyphen app. This is the release. So we have deployed because single chart. If we want to deploy another nginx application, what you can do, you can simply go here and just change the name here, app1, and install it. So it will deploy another nginx web server on your Kubernetes cluster with the release name of release hyphen nginx hyphen app1. Okay, so it's taking couple of minutes. Okay, now let me clear the screen. Now let me search for Helm list. So here we can see two releases, release hyphen nginx hyphen app and app1. So these are the two releases, means two charts of nginx we have deployed in our Kubernetes clusters. Okay, now let me clear the screen and let me go to my presentation. So we have already verified, and now we need to also verify apart from deployment what all it deployed. So let's verify kubectl. Let's verify services first. So it's deployed two services, release hyphen nginx hyphen app and app1. So these are the two services. For each releases it is created with the load balancer type. So it means we can access it from our local system. Another one is in pending state. Okay, let's rerun it. Okay, it's still in pending state. Okay, it's fine. Now let's see. Okay, so we have directly installed a chart on Kubernetes cluster, but we did not find any option to modify or to customize the chart. So for that, what you have to do, so there is a difference between Helm install and Helm pull command. So if you are going to use Helm install command, it will download the chart and send the generated manifest file directly to the Kubernetes cluster. So you cannot see the chart, the code, the manifest files on your local system. If you want to modify the Helm charts on a local system, then you want to deploy on Kubernetes cluster. For that, first you have to pull the Helm charts on your local system, then you can modify it, and then later you can deploy it. So for that, what you can do, you can simply use Helm pull command. So Helm pull, sorry, not pull, and here command name is Vietnamese slash nginx. Okay, I think spelling mistake. Let me copy then. Okay, it's in small letters. So on this location, basically it will download the Helm charts of for nginx in tar format basically. So we have to untar it, and then we have to like whatever the modification you want to do, you can do that. So we will see those things. Okay, so you can see this is the tar.zip file. It is downloaded in our local system. So let me extract it. Okay, so this is the chart, or this is the Helm chart for of nginx. Now you can see, if I'll go to template sections, these are the things which is already created by someone else, and we are going to just consume it, because you can see here we have deployment.ml file, then we have health-ingress, hpa ingress.ml, network policies, Prometheus, service account, service monitors, a lot of things you can see here. So if you are not going to use Helm charts, in that case you are going to create these many manifest file for single application or single web servers. So it is always beneficial if you want, like, always use Helm charts for to manage resources on Kubernetes, because you are not going to write anything from scratch. You already have the content in well formatted, and you are simply modifying it based on your requirement, and you can use it. So you can see under template section, these are the charts for, like, if I go to deployment charts, you can see everything is parameterized here, right? Nothing is hard coded. That's why we can reuse these templates across the environments. And if I'll go to here charts, then again we have templates, and we have charts.ml file. So a lot of things you can see here, we can find it here basically. If I'll go to template, these are the files, affinities and all. So a lot of things, and everything is parameterized. And here we have values.ml file. It's not this one, sorry. Let me go to root. Okay, this one. So here if you see, it is almost 1,000 lines of code, so which you can basically customize as per your requirement, like whatever the value you want, true, false, or if you want to put any numbers, replica counts, everything you can basically modify on this file. So only this file you have to manage to deploy Kubernetes resources on multiple environments. So suppose if you want to deploy this for app dev environment, test environment, or prod environment, you can simply copy this file and change the values, and you can deploy it same files. So this is the benefit of using Helm. So in this video, we just want to show how we can install Helm on our local system, and how we can add repo, how we can search for any particular package, and then how we can install our first Helm chart on local Kubernetes clusters. So that's all for today. See you next video. Thank you so much.